All right, the stage is set, and now we know who's moving forward in Maryland's general election this fall because Maryland is a blue state. Democrats who win their primaries are heavily favored to win in the general.
News 4's Tracee Wilkins has been following the state's top races and joins us now with the latest on where things stand. Tracee.
Yeah, it was a long night.
Yes.
What an amazing primary. And we saw some packed races and some competitive races and a lot of money in these races as well. There are a lot of interesting stories to be told after last night's primary. Let's begin with the highest office in the state. Governor Wes Moore handily won the Democratic Party's nomination over Eric Felber and will face Republican challenger Dan Cox, deja vu, whom Moore defeated in 2022. We've reached out to the Cox campaign about his win over Republican banker Ed Hale. We have not heard back yet. But State Republican Senate Minority Leader Steve Hershey released a statement following their wins, saying that 4 years ago, Wes Moore was a candidate making promises. Today, he is an incumbent, defending a record. He went on to say Marylanders are paying more in utilities and taxes. Today, Moore said he'd welcome a debate with Cox and stands by his record.
I look forward to debating Dan Cox because, listen, I'm very proud of our record. I'm proud of the fact that we have delivered a record drop in violent crime inside of the state of Maryland in our time here. I'm proud of the fact that we have been able to get our economy going and added over 55,000 new businesses inside of the state of Maryland.
Moving on to the expensive and bitter fight over U.S. District 6 seat. The governor endorsed April McLean Delaney in her race against former Congressman David Trone, appearing at her election party last night. McLean Delaney is the projected winner in the race, besting the multi-millionaire and Total Wine owner who lost the seat after an unsuccessful run for U.S. Senate. It was the second most expensive race in the country after both Trone and McLean Delaney self-funded millions of dollars into their campaigns. Now she says she's focused on what's next for the National Democratic Party.
This is just the first step in actually the progress towards flipping the House in November and making sure that we rein in this administration and start getting things done for the American people and for all of us here in Maryland.
This fall, McLean Delaney will face perennial candidate Robin Ficker for the seat. But given the focus on Moore and his political ambitions, many will be closely watching this race with Cox, who had President Trump's backing in his last bid. So we'll see what will happen this time. But yeah, I remember that 2022 debate where the two of them debated. I was on the panel and we asked some really tough questions of both candidates. And at the end of the day, Maryland chose Wes Moore. We'll see what's going to happen this time around.
I mean, you know, Maryland, even though it's a blue state, we've had Republican governors before.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting to see how things go this time around.
Yes, Republican governors who are more centrist.
That is true.
Right?
Yes,
and
yes,
so
yes.
that's kind of the thing. Larry Hogan used to say all the time, I rode a purple wave into the mansion, right? So that's not Dan Cox, right? So we'll just see what happens this time around. But Moore is saying that, look, I have a great record. I'm happy to stand on it. I'm happy with what I've achieved. And the Republicans are going to be chipping away at that until the primary in the fall, or until the general election in the fall.
Absolutely. Tracee, thank you.
I hope you slept in today. You had a very long night.
I did not sleep in today. I did
Somebody
not.
told me that.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow.
I don't think anytime this week.
All right, Saturday.
Thank you, Tracee.
Thanks, Tracee.